Say it again. I love that strain called Memory Lane. Good morning, America. Beyond America, based on the mail I'm getting here lately. Joe Franklin parting that curtain of beautiful nostalgia, reaching way across the years, bringing back your sweetest memories. We call this a night to remember. A night to bring back the soundtrack of your life, the way it was, the way we were on Memory Lane, on WOR. We subtitle our program, Memorabilia. Sentimentality. Listen to the reminiscent. I want to start right now with, there used to be a radio show called You Asked For It, a TV show with Art Baker called You Asked For It. Well, you asked for the same way we began our program last week with Tony Bennett, young Tony in about 1951. We call these greats on 78s. The old Columbia Red Label, young man named The Artistry of Tony Bennett, 1951, Blue Velvet.
Softer than satin was the light from the stars. She wore blue velvet, bluer than velvet were her eyes, warmer than May her tender sighs. Love was ours, ours, a love I held tightly, feeling the rapture grow, like a flame burning brightly. But when she left, gone was the glow of blue velvet. But in my heart there'll always be precious and warm a memory through the years. And I still can see blue velvet through my tears. Precious and warm a memory through the years, and I still can see blue velvet through my tears.
Nobody's blue on Memory Lane. It's around 10 minutes after midnight. Joe Franklin pushing that yesteryear button, putting on the hits of way back when. We're back on the air again. Our own little private corner of the world known as Joe Franklin's Memory Lane. We're saying, have a nice, you don't say Happy Memorial Day. It's not that kind of a holiday. Have a nice one. Enjoy it. And welcome to Sunday. Welcome to the big radio show. We play it again, we do it again, we hear it again. It's possible. We prove it, you and me, sentimental us. We are sharing what they tell me is the world's biggest overnight radio audience. That mailing address, JF, Joe Franklin, WOR, New York, 10018, 1937. The late and great Bing Crosby. The waltz you saved for me, and when you're a long, long way from home. the king of sing, Mr. Crosby, 1937.
Ever in dreams with you, I'll sway, dear, to the waltz you saved for me. Ever in dreams when I'm away, dear, I'll hear this melody. Whisper goodbye and gently say, dear, that in all the days to be, you will sometimes remember the waltz you sang for me. Whisper goodbye and gently say, dear, that in all the days to be, you will you say for me. And all the sunshine turns to blue when you're a long, long way from home.
And then you dot the I's with tears, then you cross the T's with kisses. What a strange world this is. Great. Mr. Crosby, 1937. About 60 years later, Joe Franklin here on 710 AM on WOR. Every program is designed with you in mind. With this program, I would like to think has become a long time Saturday night through Sunday morning tradition. Listening to me on WOR on behalf of a couple of very worthwhile reminders.
But now I know your heart is shackled to a memory. The more I learn to care for you, the more we drift apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart?
but warm memories all through the night, all through the years. Joe Franklin, that's the name as in requestfully yours, cordially yours, nostalgically yours. The address is JF, Joe Franklin. Radio station WOR. Is there any other one? No other one. WOR, New York 10018, you name it, we'll bring it back. I'll be back with Vaughn Monroe, this week's most requested male vocalist, in about a minute. This minute to tell you that the owners of Dayton Restaurant in wonderful Botany Village in Clifton, just minutes off routes 3 and 46 and 21, are committed to great food at amazingly moderate prices. You get a lot more for a lot less. I don't know how they do it. In fact, when the check arrives, you always hear somebody at the next table exclaiming, "Oh, wow, how do they do it? How can they do it? Such incredibly delicious food, such generous portions at so low a price." I don't know how they do it, but they do it. More than half a century now, Dayton has been one of New Jersey's favorite and most written about restaurants. Discriminating diners, and I know them, they drive to Dayton Restaurant from faraway places for what? For steaks, prime ribs, seafood, a big variety of what you call mouth-watering chicken specialties, veal specialties, gourmet pasta, Roman-style pizza. That's right, the Italian specialties are true and classic at Dayton. Everything freshly prepared. Everything at Dayton is really first-rate, and your table is waiting. What makes a restaurant great? What makes a great restaurant? The ambiance, the quality, the service, the very modest prices, and of course, food that you will love. Great food. Food that is... Diners coming back to Dayton Restaurant over and over and over. If you want to inquire about a party, about a package, about a graduation deal, a shower, a christening, a wedding reception, a sweet 16 occasion, whatever it might be, call Dayton. If you're in the mood for food, your table is waiting. I mean, a sandwich, a steak, a short dinner. Just point that appetite toward the famous Dayton Restaurant. You will thank me over and over again. Whatever you want, you'll be catered to. You'll be pampered so beautifully, so enjoyably, so deliciously. The address, one more time, Botany Village, historic Botany Village, Dayton, Dayton Restaurant, just minutes off routes 3, 46, and 21. How about a whole steak, a great steak, 24-ounce sirloin, $10.95 with fries. How about a whole fish dinner, $8.25, lobster tail, shrimp, flounder, halibut. I don't know how they do it. I'll say it again, but they do it. But you better make a reservation. 201-546-5557. 201-546-5557. Dayton Restaurant in Botany Village, area code 201-546-5557. Joe Franklin, memory laning, this week's most requested male vocalist. Also happens to be the singing band leader, Vaughn Monroe. I take you back about 50 years, the man with the mellow bellow, Vaughn Monroe, and his orchestra.
The most beautiful girl in the world picks my ties out, eats my candy, drinks my brandy. The most beautiful girl in the world, the most beautiful star in the world isn't garbled, isn't deeply, but the sweet thing who can make me believe it's a beautiful world. So, not a big, natural kind of wit. She'd shine anywhere, and she hasn't got platinum hair. The most beautiful house in the world has a mortgage. What do I care? It's goodbye care when my slippers are next to the ones that belong to the one and only in the world. beard. Natural kind of wit. He'd shine anywhere, and she hasn't got platinum hair. The most beautiful house in the world has a mortgage. What do I care? It's goodbye care. When my slippers are next to the ones that belong to the one and only beautiful girl in the world.
And he was one of the most beautiful guys in the world. He was my guest so many times. Martin Block introduced him to me. Vaughn Monroe. The man with a mellow bellow. He was so popular. There was no competition for Vaughn Monroe. Joe Franklin, spanning the generations, presenting sweet, mellow childhood recollections. We're turning back the hands of time. We are rediscovering the magic on WOR at the radio station known as Number One. Number One all over again, bigger than ever before. And at this radio station, my friends, we recommend doctors. We do commercials only for doctors who have been part of our WOR family, our radio family for many, many years. Doctors who have given great satisfaction to the most number of our listeners. And such a specialist is Dr. Maurice Sherman. I want to do a moment, therefore, on the aging eye, especially caring for cataracts. Cataract is a Greek word which means waterfall, vision with a cataract. Therefore, it's as though you were looking through water. And it's pretty serious. Cataracts are the number one cause of poor vision among adults, and cataracts are the leading cause of blindness in this country, in this world, I guess. 90% of the population over the age of 60 or 62 are affected by cataracts. So to determine if you have a cataract, I recommend the examination, the diagnostic evaluation, if that's a good way to say it, by Dr. Maurice Sherman, who specializes in diseases of the eye. He's board-certified attending ophthalmologist at two of the most renowned hospitals, the Lenox Hill and the New York Eye and Ear Infirmary. He wants you to know that cataracts can be cured. Early warning signs, of course, include what's blurred, light flashes, and floating spots. Just get that thorough eye examination. Make sure your eyes are healthy. If you have any questions about healthy eyes, if you want information on contact lenses or new eyeglasses, anything regarding your vision, or if anybody in your family is squinting or indicating that their eyes hurt or complains about their ability to see the way they used to, just make an appointment. This is the nicest man that ever lived. Don't wait. This eye examination includes a foolproof check for the presence of glaucoma and cataracts. He accepts insurance plans, of course. Dr. Maurice Sherman, Midtown Manhattan, a very skillful doctor. You can talk about getting literature in the mail. Whatever you want to talk about, call him. He's a nice man. Carefully examine the eyes or on the phone as long as you want. 212-553-3530. 212-535-3530. Dr. Maurice Sherman, a great eye doctor. Cataract, 35 minutes. Go home same day. No hospital stay. For surgery, of course, Dr. Sherman at 212-535-3530. Memory Lane. Vaughn Monroe, Encore.
It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when. The clothes you're wearing are the clothes you wore. The smile you are smiling, you were smiling then, but I can't remember where or when. Some things that happen for the first time seem to be happening again. And so it seems that we have met before and laughed before and loved before, but who knows where or when? So it seems that we have met before and laughed before and loved before, but who knows where or when?
Joe Franklin recalling those we loved on Memory Lane on 710 AM WOR. The late and great Vaughn Monroe. We're getting out those old records as we bring back what was good about the good old days and very much in the present.
Joe, I'm Dr. Glaubach, president of Personal Touch Home Care. If anyone in your radio family needs home care following an operation or someone to provide care for an aging parent in the comfort of their home, tell them to call the people with a heart, Personal Touch Home Care. We have been serving the New York, New Jersey area for many years. My wife Miriam, a registered nurse, will make sure to supply your listeners with someone professionally picked to suit their needs. Be it a nurse's aide, a male or female companion, a homemaker, a licensed practical or registered nurse. Our professional staff can ease their concerns on an hourly, daily, weekly, or live-in basis. Insured and supervised, our staff is on call 24 hours a day. Joe, tell your listeners how best to reach Personal Touch.
Love to, Doctor. I'll say it again. I'm personally touched by the nice thank you mail we get for recommending Personal Touch. Licensed, bonded, the best of the best in the 5 boroughs for the good doctor. And did I say good morning? We're memory laning all through the night till 5 o'clock in the morning on WOR. For the 5 boroughs, for the information, for the literature on Personal Touch, 718 area code 468-2500. 718-468-2500. In the Garden State of Old New Jersey, 201-677-2224. 201-677-2224. Joe Franklin with memorabilia galore all through the night at exactly 12:30 in the morning on America's information station, WOR. I inform you that I found a record, the Gale Storm of My Little Margie fame and then Oh Susanna fame, a couple of big series, left in my studio when she was a baby, when I was a baby. I want to play both sides. Gale Storm, many, many, many memory lanes ago. Song made famous by Bing Crosby in the mid-1930s on Treasure Island.
I sailed away to Treasure Island, and my heart stood still when I landed on the silvery shore. We met that day on Treasure Island, and the smile you gave was the treasure I'd been craving for. Then came those moments of bliss in the shade of the sheltering palms. I still remember your kiss as you nestled within my arms. I looked for gold
Oh, I like that sound. I would say it's good. I would say that whether it's on the movie screen or the TV screen or on a phonograph record, that Gale Storm Shine and Smile comes shining through. Gale Storm. So pretty, so charming. The farmer's lady. I would call that a most exciting lady. Gale Storm. I want to turn that record over. Gale Storm, encore time. From long ago, label called Dot, D-O-T, Dot. Gale Storm, now is the hour.
Now is the hour when we must say goodbye. Soon you'll be sailing all across the sea. While you're away, oh, then remember me. When you return, you'll find me Though our days together have been so very few, they've been so very precious. And when you're far away, only memories of these treasured moments we've spent together, and hope that maybe someday you'll return. Yes, only these things can make me endure the torture of loneliness that is certain to come to me when you're gone. I'll miss you so much. And remember, darling, while you're away, oh, then remember me. When you return, you'll find me
Gale Storm, big star, much remembered. Oh, Susanna, My Little Margie, leading man on My Little Margie opposite Gale Storm was named Charlie Farrell. Charles Farrell, of silent screen fame. Leading man on Joe Franklin's show, co-leading man, confidant, and sidekick, right-hand man, left-hand man. Richie Ornstein, traveling upstate right now, I've been told, going on a nostalgia expedition, looking for more of that rare old wax, that old shellac, and he's with us tonight in spirit. And Richie wishes everybody good 5 hours, good listening, and good holiday weekend. Fond memories of those we loved all through the night, all through the years, on memory lane. Joe Franklin, your host with the most. Tommy Dorsey, 1938, his orchestra. His vocalist, I believe, was Edith Wright. The song was sung by Deanna Durbin in the movies, but on phonograph records with Tommy Dorsey with Edith Wright, 1938, My Own.
Show me a sign of your longing for me. Say you are mine and forever that you will be my own. Every dream I have known has been built of but one desire, just to call you my own.
And alongside Edith Wright on that Tommy Dorsey bandstand in 1938 was the boy crooner, the young lad who preceded Frank Sinatra with the Dorsey Orchestra, Jack Leonard. Jack Leonard with Tommy Dorsey, 1938. Have You Forgotten So Soon?
Have you forgotten so soon my birthday party cake, the sandwiches you made, the kisses that I borrowed and so eagerly repaid, and the day we walked in the Easter parade? Have you forgotten so soon? Have you forgotten so soon the winding country lane, a little wayside inn, and sipping tea while listening to a muted violin, thrilling to the old songs by Irving Berlin? Have you forgotten so soon? Don't you still remember the moonlight hayride, the Beaux-Arts ball, and that grand September, the crimson woodland, the waterfall? Have you forgotten so soon the concert in the park, the Army-Navy game, the time I lost my money on a horse that bore your name, the day I snapped your picture that's still in my frame? Have you forgotten so soon?
Have you forgotten so soon, Tommy Dorsey? Don't forget that we go digging deep into these memory-rich archives Saturday night through Sunday morning from midnight until 5 o'clock till our good friend Bill Burton show comes on the air. Memory Lane. The address, JF, Joe Franklin, WOR, New York 10018.